Hey guys, starting today we're testing the Redmi K90 Max. Redmi and Oppo held their launch events on the same day. It's like night and day. Oppo got a lot of flack, while Redmi's price is just amazing. I saw 99% of the comments on the live stream were positive. The Redmi K90 Max's price is just right for today's consumers. It's a normal income level. If you asked Oppo and Vivo to sell it with these specs, it would cost at least 3,500 yuan. So, the Redmi K90 Max is really a great deal. If people say that because of rising memory prices, they're selling these phones at a loss, I think that's true. Think about Xiaomi and Huawei. Why haven't they raised prices? Because of their ecosystems, including cars and home appliances. But Oppo and Vivo mainly sell phones. They can't make money without phones. So I understand. However, as consumers, we can't accept that this is a fan-driven cooling fan. Most phone cases nowadays are made of hard plastic with a hollowed-out bottom, which isn't ideal as it makes the phone more susceptible to bumps and scratches. Redmi currently has 4 phones with a 6.83-inch screen: the Redmi Turbo 4 Pro, Redmi Turbo Max, Redmi K80 Ultra, and the current Redmi K90 Max. They all have a dedicated cooling fan setting. Generally, the default smart frequency adjustment is sufficient, as some games, like Honor of Kings, don't generate much heat. This is generally for gaming. Of course, you can also choose to activate it during fast charging, as we know fast charging generates a lot of heat. There's also an option to activate it during navigation. Honestly, the cooling fan settings basically cover everything you can think of, including activating it during navigation. I feel it's also very useful, especially when using in-car navigation, which is very hot in the summer. As everyone knows, it has a Dimensity 9500 processor. At this price, I think there's really nothing to complain about. However, the 1.5K screens used by these manufacturers generally aren't very high quality. They're not very clear. If you look at Redmi's 1.5K screens over the years, starting with the Redmi K50 Ultra, you'll see they're very cheap on platforms like Taobao, almost half the price of the 2K screens in the Redmi K70 and K80. But for a gaming phone like the Redmi K90 Max, the screen refresh rate and touch sampling rate are the most important. For eye protection, it only needs to reach a normal level, not compared to flagship phones. For users who don't have high demands for photography, 2 cameras are more than enough: one main camera and one wide-angle lens, perfect for taking landscape photos outdoors. For a mid-range gaming phone, the cost should be spent wisely. Many people test the battery life of Xiaomi or Redmi phones by capturing battery logs, but this is inaccurate. Look at my new phone. The battery is only at 97.1%. This Redmi K90 Max has a washing screen, but the brand is Samsung. We won't look at the rest. Let's get straight to the game. Okay, let's look at Genshin Impact. The indoor temperature is 22.5 degrees Celsius. It's not hot, but it's a bit cool. You can't wear short sleeves. You'll need a long sleeve shirt. The default graphics settings are high. Let's adjust it to very high, and the frame rate to 60 frames per second. First, we see the display enhancement. The current frame rate is 60 frames per second. We turn on super resolution, but the frame rate doesn't change. The frame rate is still 60 FPS. Now, with smart interpolation enabled, the engine shows 165 FPS, but the actual frame rate, as you can see, is 55 FPS. The difference between interpolating to 165 FPS and the native 60 FPS isn't significant. When you're spinning wildly, if your actual frame rate is 30 or 40 FPS, you'll notice a noticeable stutter. However, at an actual frame rate of 55 FPS, you won't feel any stutter. Let's disable smart interpolation and try spinning for 2 minutes. The fan starts spinning, but the airflow isn't very strong, and the noise is minimal. I'll then test the battery life twice, both times with super resolution and interpolation enabled. The first time, the cooling fan is on. The second time, it's off. Let's see how the frame rate trend is throughout. At a room temperature of 23 degrees Celsius, the frame rate remains stable while playing Genshin Impact with or without the fan on, with an average power consumption difference of only 0.2 watts. Since the frame rate was the same, we can roughly calculate that the fan accounts for approximately 5.75% of the total power consumption during the entire game.